Where are we going?
North.
Welcome to Deges and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games.
Welcome to Deges and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby. Your presence quested in exchange for treasures.
Ripper.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. Last time we fleshed out our characters, and now we're going to actually discuss the village itself. So today in Dumpsterk is like any other day. The goblins are going about their work, making the great wheel of this fine town slowly turn along at sloth-like speed. Let's check in on our players to see how they're managing their days. To start, we establish the marching order. Each player will roll their action die, so they will each have an independently colored die to distinguish themselves.
Where's my purple one?
Okay, so you will all roll initiative.
One. I'll use well.
5.
Okay, so 5 has it. So 5 will be placed first on the marching order there. You will have a sheet that comes with, or you can just print it out from their website and whatnot. But there is the marching order, and they will be lined up in how the rolls played out. So 5 was 1, then
2 and 2.
Got 2.
Tony's next,
So-
and then 2 1s.
And then 2 1s, and then whoever is the slinkier gets the advantage here. So that is the witch.
I would say the witch.
Yeah. So Sneef as the slinker.
Perfect.
Okay, so now that you have the highest to lowest, so this is similar to initiative in other games, but the difference is you can actually act in any order you like. If I, as the Goblin Master, don't know who is next, who is about to get named first, or nobody wants to act, I will progress right down the marching order. So that all sounds bad, but the benefit of being first is if the group can't agree, you will have the deciding say. So at the moment, Gobby Jack has the ultimate decision if the group can't come to a consensus. So for the most part, I will allow activity without needing rolls, provided you're not all leaping headfirst into full risk.
Okay.
If you do need to roll, you will remove your die from the marching order to make your check. When your die is in hand, you still participate with the team, though your roll is done. You should help, heckle, or offer twists. When all dice are in hand, that's a turn, and dice are re-rolled for marching order. The labor bell rings, signaling that it's quitting time, and the goblins may explore around the town a bit. So, you will also have a sheet of what is established, that's right here. You have nothing here. None of these are actually, so that might be the warg pens, the smithy, and the abattoir, all that. So the places that are here, there is Beak Farm. You guys know that Gobbler and Plucky reside here, openly farming turkeys primarily, but some other poultry as well. So Gobbler is a master at making his voice sound like a turkey while he farms them openly. He keeps track of them by getting into their pen and exerting dominance with aggressive turkey stances and pecking. His sister, Plucky, she is short, wears thick, puffy clothes stuffed with feathers that she plucks off the poultry, and she saves them, so she also makes pillows. After removing all the feathers, she will do some fundamental cooking, though it's not close to the scale of the suit master. It's really just personal for herself. She doesn't do it as a job for the town. She primarily just plucks the feathers and saves them for other things. So that's Beak Farm. There is also Goblin, the inn for the goblins. So many of the goblins of Dumpsterk don't have their own homes. You're all poor, and you have to pay to stay at the inn. So the inn itself is substantial in size, and it's probably the most notable landmark in the entire village. That is run by Igorb. He's known as the Hunchback of Goblin. He's perceived as a hardcore ruffian to some. With but a word, they'll cower, though he's actually incredibly nice. Like, he'll come up and be like, "Hello, friends." Like, "Oh, Igor, take it easy, man." Because he's the only hunchback around, you know. There is also the mayor's office. It's in the dead center of the village. The mayor is Goblinville. He wears a vest and a bowler hat with a striped shirt that's too short for him. That goes to his belly button because he's got a fat tummy. He's the keeper of the books for all the food and money inventory. Let's see. And there's also 2 more places of note. The Old Tree. It's a hollowed out massive tree. Gobter who lives there. She tells fortunes to those who visit. There isn't much more to it other than its size and age. Gobter who is known for she once saw a human globe at a complete mental breakdown. So she hollowed out a tree and painted it blue. She spends hours in there talking about crossing into other dimensions and timelines, and doesn't need money since it's an arbitrary construct based on a dimensional principle of liking shiny. So nobody understands any of that she spews. Yeah, so she's both seen as like a great sage and also just like a complete weirdo. And the last place of note is, so it is a smith, but it's not like a full functioning smithy here. This is run by Goblanosaurus. He's like very short armed and has large teeth. And he's always there just like banging. He's got like a hammer that he's just banging metal stuff on his anvil. And other goblins will gather around and be mesmerized by his craft. But ultimately he's really just sitting there like banging, and he's like, I found out if I bang stuff, people really like it. So he just sits there banging away on an anvil all day long while everyone's like, "He's a master crafter." Some of the other goblins around town that you know, there is Goblet, a lucky fool who tripped on a lost chalice encrusted with diamonds. He lords it over the rest of the village and refuses to part with it. So he doesn't actually do any work, and everyone else is kind of okay with it because they're going to immediately sell him out if anyone ever invades the village. There's Gobbo Cop, who is a mentally ill enforcer who collects metal scraps and glues them to himself, claiming he's a machine. He struggles to chase down anyone because he's so bogged down by the weight of the metal. Let's see. Gobro is the mailman. He's the strongest goblin in the village. He spends the entire day just lifting stuff for other goblins. When he isn't lifting rocks, he just lifts random garbage for people. And he uses his signature line, "Do you even lift, bro?" There's Gobully, who is never broke because he can always count on the lunch money of the weakling next door. He's notorious for his daily rounds. He wears an elf scarf, human tunic, dwarf pants, and a goblin hat. Since he's never worked to purchase or make any of his own clothing, his style is just an amalgamation of whatever he's stolen. Lady Gobba, musical idol for Dumpsterk. She sets the newest fashion trends using whatever garbage she can find. And she uses her voice to improve the well-being of the village. Stink. Stink is a practically feral goblin who roams low to the ground on all fours. He has long black hair that's salt and pepper from dandruff as well as wild crap. And he refuses to bathe, claiming that his stench makes him the mightiest goblin. And he's a hunter for the town, and he only hunts barehanded. I think that's... oh no, the architect. Can't forget. Gobputer, the architect. This is the quote unquote smartest goblin in the village. He's a master mathematician. He's collected 20 rounded, brightly colored rocks, and he uses them to count things for the rest of the village. He's revered as a sage by some and a complete loser by others. He wears giant glasses and he parts his hair down the middle in both directions. So that's the like primary makeup of Dumpsterk.
Excellent.
We have two competing
Solid
sages,
community.
essentially.
So for totally different reasons, you have two competing sages. You have the one who actually like counts things and is also like the architect for like what hovels are built. And then you have Gobter who just like spews like things that go over everyone's head, and they assume that she's a genius. So that's
Yet to be seen.
so that's the primary makeup of Dumpsterk in terms of both places and people of note. So I'll just follow the action order. We're not like officially making turns or anything, but just for the sake of, we'll just go down the list. So, Gobba Jack, where would you like to go first and acquire some gear?
Acquire some gear.
You don't necessarily have to do that immediately, but that's one of the things you're going to be doing, right?
Sure.
Soon.
So, well, you said so the whistle blows and it's quitting time for our jobs, and well, right now I'm unemployed. So
We'll say it's your taste testing is finished for the day.
okay, all right. So taste test is finished for the day. I'm going to. I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the smith. I'm gonna head over to the smith and see like what he might. If there's any new wares.
Goblinosaurus over there.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah. And I think I would like to pick up a weapon of sorts. I think I'd like to go with the broken bottle.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you have that from being around Stump.
Okay.
So like when you're just drinking with the
And I
suit.
just-
And it's I mean you can do it on purpose if you want. I
Yep.
would say it could have just very easily been an accident too. But yeah, I'll say so. You
Yeah.
it just went down so good that in the moment you got excited and smashed your bottle. So you have a broken bottle for your weapon.
Cool. And I'm gonna still go to the smithy just to see what he has for wares, because why not? Maybe it's on the way to my small. Maybe it's on the way to the inn. I don't know.
So I think I handed out this is all the gear. Put that one back on top.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the gear. All right, so you'll go over to the smithy. So Goblinosaurus. So you see just like a few like scrub goblins there, like sitting around. Some children admiring his work. He continues, despite the whistle blowing. He's so beloved for his craft that he does it both for work and for show.
Sure. While I'm there, I'm assuming he'd have the burlap sack.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Okay.
see. So
Or a burlap sack for me to buy? Or
yeah, so your initial gear, we'll say you're just kind of acquiring it. You'll have the exact funds for getting your starting adventuring gear. So yeah, we can see he has burlap sacks from just holding scraps that he'll eventually bring to bang out, and so he's fine just dumping out a bunch of scrap onto the ground and selling you a sack.
Cool.
Is that where the law enforcer gets his scraps to put on himself?
Oh yeah, anything that's that gobble cop.
Yes, Gobble Cop.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm up to right now.
Okay. So you're chilling out. You're also admiring his work, or
Oh yeah, I'm just after he dumps out the burlap sack, I just get mesmerized by him banging this metal, making noise.
Yeah.
What is he doing? What is he gonna make? I just kind of just standing there in awe.
Yeah, a fellow crafter.
Yes.
So you're looking to craft horns.
Right, exactly. I'm looking at his technique, and maybe I can make metal horns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Smash
trying
it.
to figure out how he does it because he's the thinker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna bring brass horns to Goblinville.
that's right.
I mean Dumpsterk.
Dumpsterk.
All right, cool. So then, who is number 2? That's
Tony.
That's Gobbleton von Filthy Hole.
Yes. That's what I said.
So Gobbleton von Filthy Hole would probably head to the inn to get some grog.
Okay. So it's not a functioning tavern as of yet.
Oh, okay.
That'll be one of the things that you go to make. You can acquire the grog there, but it's not like a bar where you get to just like drink your troubles away.
Fair.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get there though. Top of the list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Naturally. So yeah. I guess while he's traveling in that general direction, does there seem to be like anything out of the ordinary going on?
Just kind of like listening for rumors.
Yeah.
As you're walking along, the first rumor that's kind of on everyone's lips is that the mayor is quite ill, and nobody's seen him in a few days.
I will take this opportunity to then survey the area for a good hole to put him in.
So he does have his own, like, his office is the second largest place after Gobulin. Then his it's both like the town hall and also his like personal residence. So I guess just like directly next to his
Probably like inside the building, I just start digging a hole in a spot that looks good.
so you just stroll in so you just walk into the base level and there's you just start digging right in the center of
Just walk in, it's like no sick. Dig hole now.
Alright, cool. Then Sneef.
Yes. So with the weapons, do I just pick which one I want to start with necessarily?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, in that case, I'm going to start with the rusty knife because I need that to forage for the various things in the forest around us.
The knife is very witch-like too.
It is.
It makes sense.
There's a staff as well, but I feel like that's more.
Figured I'd
wizard.
probably have the staff as far as like the stick end of the shovel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a super long shovel.
Yes. That's how I know it's good.
Yeah. You're just constantly adding to it.
Yep, just sticks elongating it even more.
And maybe eventually you can find the secret from Gobba Cop of how he sticks the metal to him to stick the metal scraps together so that you can make an actual shovel.
Yeah, it's just an enormous shovel.
Just scraps together.
Or just steal a giant spoon, use that as a shovel.
Say at the moment it's just like 20 spoons, like all like tied together.
Yeah. Gotta find a way to weld those babies.
Yeah. Have Goblinosaurus just bang them together.
Yep.
Sorry. So you've had the knife. That's why it's rusty, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had it for a while.
It's
So,
gotten
in
wet.
your travels.
I use it to cut a whole bunch of roots out, and if I find a root that's too big that I really need, I'll hire a Gobbletron. Gobbleton.
Gobbletron.
Gobbleton.
Yeah.
Hire Gobbleton to get the big roots for me. So that's the first thing I gotta do, is I'm on my daily quest to go out to the forest and cut me some reagents.
Nice.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. Then you got Stump.
Stump.
So if I don't have one, I'd like to get a club. I use
Okay.
it to brain small things to put in my soup,
Oh,
turkeys, whatnot,
Definitely.
all that good stuff.
Excellent. Pest control.
Let's say that you've acquired that from Sneef. So like Sneef found like a nice big log,
Well,
beefy
that was
log that
in the
was
forest.
Not too big since I'm old and frail.
a large
With a good weight at the end.
and he's carved it down with the rusty knife.
Okay.
So it's more hand.
It's wieldy,
It's wieldy, yeah.
but it's it's got a little enough weight to it. You can brain something real easy, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, when you're braining your rats that you're throwing in.
Make sure the things you put in the stew stay in the stew.
Yeah. No, get back in there.
Yeah.
So I'll go to the inn and also get a burlap sack. Total necessity. Carry my ingredients. Do we have any? We don't have any coin or anything yet. All we have is our simple items to possibly barter with.
Yeah. I guess you'll start with a single. It's called scratch, and it's just kind of like a cumulative currency. It doesn't necessarily. It's like closer to gold than copper. So it's like, it represents a large amount, but that's really the currency is scratch. So you'll all start with one. Say this is the day of work ended. You're starting with one scratch.
Okay. Well, I'll go acquire my burlap sack, and then I will go to the turkey rancher,
Beak farm.
beak farm, and
Gobbler.
I don't actually say anything. I just hold out my pot, but they know it means that I cook a turkey in exchange. They give me a turkey, and I'll give them a portion of the soup,
Okay, yeah. So
and then I'll proceed to cook it.
So you see Gobbler enter the pen, walking around like this is like turkey style. He just starts pecking one, and then next thing you know, he just grabs it, and Plucky there starts ripping out all the feathers for you, and you got it.
No, you keep the feathers in. It adds flavor.
I actually like to take the feathers and experiment frying them in grease for like fried treats.
Awesome. So
Actually, I fry them in the turkey blood.
Steve likes.
wow, yeah, this is quite the recipe.
Flavor. Yeah.
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 Nice metallic flavor.
And then after I rub some dirt on
Iron,
it.
iron.
Yeah, roast the dirt.
Yeah.
Get the
that's-
nitrogen and
That's Gobbleton's
That's earthy
taste
flavor.
right there. Yeah.
But so I just go about making the soup, and that's how I pass the time.
okay. All right, so
I'm doing it outside the turkey farm in a pretty common place, so people are free to come by and purchase soup as well from me.
okay, yeah. So it's after the day of work, it's pretty close to dinner time. Gobully just rolls over, and that he just recently like beat somebody up to take their scratch to pay for his meal. And he looks at you, and knowing that you're a good listener, to get that trait getting in there. It's like, Stump, I heard something weird. I want to know your opinion on it, since you're such a good listener. That the stranger who you've heard in your time, the stranger is kind of like this fabled boogeyman to goblins that nobody really knows like what he is, just that's like kind of a humanoid. That the stranger has in fact kidnapped Lady Gobba. What do you think about that? Do you think that's possible? You're right. No, I didn't think so. I'm gonna go back to look for her. He just walks away with his soup.
I stop him and then hold out one of my feather treats for him to take.
All right, so he comes back, takes it.
And then I hold out my other hand like I expect to.
So it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, he's just gonna steal whatever money he needs, so he just freely gives it to you.
Okay. Well, I just go back to my soup.
So he walks away. He hears this loud, like,
Feather crunching sound.
yeah, feather crunching sound, and he turns around. You see like the like tiny like little feathers like stuck to his lips. You can tell he like really doesn't like it. He just looks back at you, but it's like
I meet his gaze. The whole time he looks at me,
yeah. So he and
silently.
Gobully, he knows it's like one of the only people in town that he wouldn't like actively try to fight. Yeah. He just walks away.
He needs to get food somehow.
Right. That's true too.
Yeah, I mean, my food's definitely for like the poor with no other options.
Stingy Plucky's not making any for him.
Yeah.
She only makes food for herself.
That's right. Plucky only does that kind of cooking for herself.
Sneef does not like Plucky, nor Gobbler.
They're the ones you don't like or you're just suspicious of? You like don't like them. Straight up.
I don't like them.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I like my my homie up in the tree.
Yeah. Gobter
Yeah, Gobtrahu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone, let's say you acquire, you also, to go on your adventure, you also you get your torches, you get grog, whatever the starting gear it says there. So rather than like roleplay all of that out, let's go on the list. So that's what you have, right? You get 2 torches.
Yeah,
It should say
2 torches,
adventure.
2 rations, and a full grog skin. 2 good quaffs. Fill in both bubbles.
So okay, cool. So to go on adventures,
Put the inventory over.
basically once players decide to leave the village, so you're like leaving Dumpsterk to go on quest XYZ. So you may be wondering what some of these items do. You each start with some torches, which provide light in proximity. So these will last 2 turns, and once they go out, you're all in darkness, regardless of the actual light outside. It's just you're automatically put in bad position. So turns are when everybody uses their action die and initiative's re-rolled. That's a turn. So when that happens, the torch meter will go down 1, and as well as the turn meter. So these aren't based on time, but your actions. So don't worry about the light just burning out. And every 4 turns, you will need to rest and make camp. Your grog allows you to press onward. So you don't have to camp if you use your grog. It's basically... So grog is multifunctional, where it makes you feel good, but also allows you to overcome the fatigue.
Yeah, it makes you forget that you feel bad so you can keep going on.
Yeah. So when I mentioned you're automatically put in bad position with darkness, so what is positioning? It describes the current stakes, which are reflected in good, standard, and bad position. You all will share this position. So for example, if one of you is stuck in a bear trap, this will affect you all. The wail of pain, stuff, other whatever could hear that. The scent of blood, the inability for one of you to move, the assumption that the person who's stuck has friends nearby, so you can see how when something happens to one of you, it'll affect all of you. So positioning can move based on your wit as players, results of dice, or my will as Goblin Master. You have how dice change based on position on one of your sheets. So let's see, you've got
Probably that one.
Yeah, I think it says over there. Yep. So you'll refer to that. So when you move about the map, which Tony has here, so each hexagon represents a day's travel. You can at max travel 1 week somewhere. So you can go to any hexagon up to 7 away, and you will plot out your route to that. But you don't just randomly be like, I'm going to go to that hexagon. You want to have some sort of rumor related to that hexagon. So, for example, the rumors we've heard thus far. One that we know that the mayor is rumored to be sick, and the rumors you introduced before about the lake is overrun by a gaggle of death geese. Giant death geese. So that could even, the lake could be called like Goose Lake or Lake Gaggle. So that, and we know that that's this hexagon. So if you wanted to do something related to that rumor, you'd say, I want to travel there. So that's how that works. We also, some of the other rumors that we already introduced were that Dumpsterk was founded as a mining town, but nobody knows how to get down to the treasure that's supposedly 25 feet down there. There's a rumor of a new goblin in town. You may want to try to find wherever that is. And that Stump is older than Dumpsterk. I don't know how you would prove that or disprove that.
We cut into him and count the rings.
He's already tried that.
That sounds like a job for a Sawbones. So you might want to seek that out. Goblina may have run away with a different goblin. And other purposes is adding to the village. So all of these great things, you can see that there are requirements to make them. One being, a tavern, one being the abattoir, like we said. And so you would just ask about rumors related to getting one of those started, and then I can point you to one of the hexagons where there's some sort of relevant.
Well, I mean, I think it should obviously be clear we need to get the tavern up and running.
That's generally, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that would be important.
What better way to start my witchy side project of making witch's brew?
Yeah.
Okay, and the requirement for the tavern is
A cook.
a cook.
Excellent. So we have a tavern.
So you're gonna need a boss cook. That's what it comes down to.
Bubba Chunks.
Bubba Chunks.
Oh man.
So Bubba Chunks, he died or he
fired me.
he fired you?
With my death ring.
To bring him back
So
from the
so
12.
so Bubba Chunks, Bubba Chunks left Dumpsterk. So that's you guys want to find him.
He's the only other boss. He's the only other only boss chef we know.
That's true.
He is the only
Nobody
one.
wants to pay for Stump's cooking.
Character many people.
No, that's the dollar menu.
All right, so I'm going to say that Bubba Chunks wandered a little too close to Lake Gaggle and is now rumored to have either been something has happened to him there, and in order to save him, you'll need to adventure out to Lake Gaggle and get him back.
All right. So I'm gonna stop being mesmerized by the what was the smith's name?
Goblinosaurus.
Goblinosaurus. I'm gonna stop being mesmerized by him just banging metal. When I kind of catch a glimpse of him Stump selling soup, and immediately I think to myself, "Oh, I'm starving," even though I literally just left his place from taste testing. And I'm gonna head over and get some soup.
As I'm doling out the soup, I croak. I croak. Bubba Chunk gone. By lake. You go?
Are you asking that to me?
It's a statement, not a question.
Of course. Of course, whatever you need. We gotta find Bubba Chunk. I need better food.
So I pour out my soup, what's left of it, just on the ground. And begin packing up my shit.
But I didn't get any!
Just point at it.
I get down on the ground and start eating the leftover chunks because I'm hungry.
Yeah. We do know you have an iron stomach.
Yeah,
It's on your traits.
One of those was an actual rock, though.
And I get
Not
down
a
next to
potato.
him, and I eat a few after dumping it out, too.
It's the only way to cool it down.
Yeah.
Rapid cool down.
Right.
I walk in to find them both on the ground, eating the potatoes and
Rocks.
subsequent rocks.
There's no potatoes.
Yeah. So you
It's all
you
rock.
come back with some
I
fresh
came
herbs
back
to.
from the forest with herbs to as
You wanted to
as
add it to the
normally
pot,
do,
but
yep.
he's already dumped it out.
So he just puts
for
the
your
leaves
dinner
on
pot.
Yeah.
Yep. So I still look, squint my eyes, shake my head,
I'll hold out
And then
my
I
sack.
put-
I'll
yep.
hold out my satchel, my
Yep.
burlap sack.
and then I put my herbs in his burlap sack as usual.
I don't have herbs.
Should I then erase my useful herbs because I'm now done with them, or do I?
So
have
you
a
still have
perpetual
herbs.
set of herbs?
Yeah. So you still have some herbs.
Bubba Chunk gone. You see?
No, I've not seen Bubba Chunk. Why?
Go to lake. You come?
Sure. I accept hesitantly.
So I just begin slowly shuffling towards the lake, regardless if anyone's following me or not.
I'll follow because why not? He's kind of like my mentor in a way. I taste test all of his stuff. He's like a father figure to me.
Yeah. After. Gobillionaire?
Yeah, Gobillionaire.
Gobillionaire. After he abandoned you, the stone silence, the good listener. He just listened to
People just
All my
get attached
grievances.
to
Yeah, he just got attached to him.
Yeah.
And having grown up with Gobby Jack and knowing his his easiness to get attached to people very quickly, I'm immediately suspicious of their relationship. But because I trust Gobby Jack, I volunteer to go along to keep an eye
Excellent.
on my business associate, the cook.
So you kind of put out to the town that everyone in town has heard of Lake Gaggle and is afraid of the giant death geese.
Of course.
And so nobody else wants to come.
Let it be
Except
I haven't dug a hole underwater yet. Wonder if this water stay out of hole. I should make a little home down there.
so you want to see your goal
Is to dig a
is
hole.
to dig
in the water.
dig a ditch
Yeah.
in water.
Yeah, because as Gobbleton thinks going to happen is he's going to dig a hole, and the air is just going to populate in the hole, and the water's just going to stay up here. So he's going to have a little pocket of ditch underneath the water. That's
So you
what he
believe
Okay.
you'll be able to breathe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He
Alright,
just needs
fair.
to dig. He doesn't know how to swim though. He's never been. so he's gonna
Even
figure
better.
that out.
Yeah. So all right. So the goal of this.
As the thinker, I tell you that seems to all check out.
Of course.
Yes. Such great guidance by the thinker. Okay, so you pack up your stuff, ready to travel to Lake Gaggle, which is one day's trip north. So this is where your preparedness will come in handy.
So we go north.
Yes. Oh God, yes. The 3 factors to improve your positioning when traveling: mounts or other climate-appropriate travel aids, rations, 1 ration per goblin for every 2 days travel, a detailed map to the place you're going. So, you do not have a detailed map of Lake Gaggle because everyone's afraid to go there. You don't have mounts. You do think you'll be able to breathe underwater, so no need to think about that.
ways.
But you do have plenty of rations for a day's travel.
Yes.
So I'll say that it's still you're in a standard position to start. Okay, so where are we going?
North.
I'm just like shuffling towards where I think the lake is.
We just adjust him slightly.
He's actually probably the only one who knows true. Have the best lay of the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've gone
I
as far
tell
as the
people that
outskirts.
the lake was my first home, and it was so beautiful the sky erect and filled it with water.
That was about the time that I hired you for killing Goblinville for suspicion of running off with my wife.
Yes, and then I put him in home.
Yep. Come to find out, it might.
So Goblet did not run off.
Well, we thought he did. I thought he did, and then I found him. Still thought he did,
We hired a private investigator to
and
get down
he
to the
just
bottom of everything.
disappeared. After that,
So the whole thing, you started the rumors. all the death keys, but in reality, it's just the murder site. So no one will go check it out.
I didn't start that rumor. I definitely didn't start the rumor about him running off with my wife either, so that no one would look for his body.
This checks out.
All right, so this was table. So and you're going.
So we're going over there, so I could make sure no one finds that body, because only me and Gobtron know that. I keep wanting to call you Gobtron.
All right, that's your nickname for him.
Yeah, Gobtron. Gobbleton
This is a
Gobtron.
little nickname, Gobtron.
We go way back.
Yeah.
And the other reason why I'm going up there is because what Stump said is correct. I have been to the outskirts of the lake. I haven't officially seen any death keys yet, but I thought I saw a very large shadow far away.
That was
in the lake.
goose-like.
That was goose-like, giant goose-like.
And
I've always wanted to go across because there's a reagent I need on the other side. Some herbs I need. But I can't go alone.
And part of the rumor about the death geese are that the death geese, like the giant death geese, have these huge fangs, and I want one of the giant fangs to turn into a horn.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say it's a gift.
Yeah, as a gift or to trade.
To add to his necklace, but
Well,
both. Yeah,
Both.
Yeah.
Like if I can get the big fangs, great. The smaller ones go to him. The big ones, I'm gonna try and make horns out of.
Awesome.
Geese horns.
So we got so many layers now. So
Yeah.
we're searching. So to summarize, we're searching for Baba. Sorry, what's the boss?
What's his name?
Bubba Chunks.
Bubba Chunks. So we're searching for Bubba Chunks. We're searching for a mysterious reagent that's on the far side of the lake.
We'll just say herb.
We're searching for a mysterious herb that grows on the far side of the lake. We're searching for giant goose teeth to make into horns and gifts. And we're going to the lake to dig a hole basically a science experiment, and
No,
life.
no.
No,
Like-
it's not experiments. No, it's what's gonna happen.
Okay, so it's just part of your life mission.
He's always going to dig a hole underwater.
And also make sure nobody finds the dead body of your Goblinville.
Next time on Deges and Dragons.
Oh yeah, I'm in danger.
So you were going to walk away from the camp, and you come face to face with not one gigantic goose, but 6 small geese, and they look menacing.
Are these baby giant death geese?
They could be,
But we don't know.
right?
They have the trademark red eyes.
They do have red eyes.
Oh no.
That's how you can tell that they mean business.
Fine.
Stump dropped dead.